So, you're ready to take your home lab to the next level, right? To turn it from, just a bunch of machines into a really powerful automated system? Well, you are in exactly the right place. We're about to jump into 10 essential tools that are seriously going to change the game for how you manage your lab in 2025.
Okay, let's be real for a second. We've all been there. You've got tangled cables everywhere, services you forgot you even spun up, and that little voice in the back of your head that says you don't really know what's happening on your own network. This is where having the right tools makes all the difference. And it all starts with the most important part of your lab.
First things first, before you can build any of the cool stuff, you've got to build a solid, secure foundation. And that means you have to take control of your network's front door.
Think of your firewall as the command center for your entire lab. I mean, all your projects, your data, your services, everything depends on the security you establish right at this one point. That's why it's so important to get this part right before you add anything else.
And for that job, our first tool is OPNsense. Now, this is not just some simple router you get from your ISP. Oh no, this is a powerful open-source firewall that basically acts like an enterprise-grade bouncer for your network, deciding exactly who gets in and, maybe more importantly, who stays out.
And the power you get with this thing, for free, is just incredible. You can create separate virtual networks, we call them VLANs, to keep your sketchy IoT devices away from your important servers. You can set up a VPN to securely get into your lab from anywhere in the world, and there's a huge library of plugins for next-gen security. Best part? You can run it on an old desktop you have lying around, or even virtualize it. It is super flexible.
Okay, so your network is locked down and secure. Fantastic. But now you've got a new challenge. What is actually happening inside of it? You need visibility. Because, as the old saying goes, you just can't manage what you can't measure.
And that's where Zabbix comes in. This thing is the absolute workhorse of the open-source monitoring world. It's been battle-tested in massive corporate environments, and it brings that exact same level of power right into your home lab.
And look, when I say it can monitor anything, I really mean anything. Your Proxmox or ESXi hosts, your network switches, all your Docker containers, heck, even the uptime of your personal blog. Zabbix tracks it all and gives you this one central dashboard for the health of your entire lab. It's awesome.
Now, if you're maybe more of a Windows person or you want something with amazing auto-discovery tools that just kind of works out of the box, there is a great alternative, PRTG Network Monitor. Yeah, it's a commercial product, but their free tier is incredibly generous and perfect for a home lab.
So let's just break it down real quick. Zabbix gives you ultimate flexibility. It runs on Linux or in Docker, and it's 100% free forever. PRTG, on the other hand, runs on Windows, and its free tier gives you 100 sensors, which is plenty for most labs. Its killer feature is that auto-discovery, which can get you up and running super fast. So really, the choice just comes down to your OS preference and how much you like to tinker.
All right, our next monitoring tool, this one solves a very specific but oh so infuriating problem. Those random internet dropouts. SmokePing is this brilliantly simple little tool that does one thing, and it does it perfectly. It tracks your network latency and packet loss over time.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We have all been on that frustrating call with our internet provider where they swear up and down the problem isn't on their end. Well, with SmokePing, you have the graphs, you have the data, you have the proof to show them exactly when the packet loss started. It is your secret weapon in that fight.
So, at this point, you know your network is up and it's secure. But do you have any idea where your bandwidth is actually going? It's time to play detective and solve some of those network mysteries.
For that, we need NTOPNG. This tool gives you this beautiful web interface that shows you your network traffic in real time. It's almost like having an air traffic controller, but for your data, showing you exactly who is talking to who and what they're talking about.
You ever wonder why your internet suddenly slows to a crawl at 8 p.m. every night? NTOPNG can show you that, oh, it's your smart TV suddenly uploading gigabytes of data. Or maybe a specific container has just gone wild. It answers all those nagging questions about your network traffic.
Let's switch gears and talk about the world of containers. Docker and Kubernetes are amazing, but let's face it, their networking can sometimes feel like a total black box. These next tools are going to give you the keys to unlock that box.
Meet NetShoot. The original article called it a Swiss Army knife for container networking, and honestly, that analogy is just perfect. It's this tiny little container that's packed with all the diagnostic tools you could ever possibly need.
So here's why this is such a big deal. Most container images are stripped down to be as small as possible. So they don't even have basic tools like ping. When something breaks, you're flying blind. NetShoot lets you attach a temporary toolkit, a sidecar container that has everything you need. This lets you debug from the exact same network spot as your broken app. It is an absolute lifesaver.
And for just a beautiful high-level overview of your containers and VMs, there's Pulse. Look, if you're running Proxmox and Docker, which, let's be honest, is a huge part of the Home Lab community, this tool is a must-have. It gives you a clean, modern dashboard with just the info you need without all the complexity of a giant platform like Zabbix.
And now we've reached it, the pinnacle of home lab mastery, true automation. This is the point where your lab stops being something you have to constantly manage and starts becoming something that manages itself.
First up in this amazing category is Log4j. Its job is simple, but it is so powerful. It just watches the logs of your Docker containers. But here's the magic. When it sees a specific error message, like a container crashing, it can automatically take action, like just restarting it for you. This is your first real step toward a self-healing system.
And finally, we have the tool that ties everything, and I mean everything together, N8N. The best way to think about it is like your own personal self-hosted version of Zapier. It lets you visually connect all your different apps and services to create these incredibly powerful automation workflows. You want your monitoring tool to trigger a script that then messages you on Slack? Yep, N8N can do that. Your imagination is seriously the only limit here.
And just look at the incredible potential here. Imagine your build pipeline fails. Instead of you having to dig through logs, an NN workflow could automatically parse them, feed the error to an AI to figure out what went wrong, send a neat little summary to your Slack, and then automatically restart the job. This isn't just automation anymore. This is intelligence.
So there you have it. We've gone from building a secure foundation with OPN Sense all the way to a fully automated self-healing system with NN. You now have the toolkit to build a truly professional-grade lab right at home. So I guess the only question left is, what amazing things are you going to build with it?